bury me. Bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth to the me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Get heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Listening. Get your heart breaking and start make you live again. Get a dividend. So we start that soldier shit. I'm talking shit phenomenal. Nobody phenomenal. So what you fucking trying to do? Rhyming comical. This is funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to the pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all stars. I push them up like a Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and the apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way your mama is and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like stupid shit. Got a retarded sense. All the dominance of West President. Cause I be one west to the depth till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I be one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. West to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. West to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, use my maneuvers. But I ride like I got roof on the Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. Now I'm Millie Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only me who sit it for your Medulla. I got her with a regatta, niggas wildin' they win every dollar. Bring my mom like a dollar, let the city holler. The show stoppers in the toppers in the bitty bopper. But now I'm going up patrol the fingers of my vodka. I put his features on the block, modify the chopper. The score heavy, already in the first mama. The marijuana say I got the loudest salad on it. When I'm a baller, they gon' rap and do it like I do it. A lot of space and writers, but when they eat, so none of them can get to the fight around with me. And I had them niggas feel like a tire, dead to beat. And I'm still focused. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a light of night up. Women coming through with the sound of blood. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm till they bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. Any man can give his life for I.S.U.P.K. and fall up. I.S.U.P.K. and fall up on that U.P.K. banner. It's my blood, and I ain't care for them if necessary.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel, Shalom, Yahweh, Shem, Yahshua, Barakam. This is I.S.U.P.K, Kentucky. I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West, Harlem, New York, under Commander Gen.YAHANNA. This is the I.S.U.P.K Kentucky Monday Night's History class, and be going over the history on the emasculation of black and brown men. All right, that's what we're gonna be talking about tonight. We're gonna get into some heavy topics about like the many years of the assassination of the black man's character, black and brown man's character. We'll get into some of the like the white supremacy and the feminist agendas to destroy the black family structure. We'll get into the entertainment and music and fashion industry. The look on some of how that's affected the view just on the black man in general uh, from like just how a black man is supposed to be or supposed to act, and how these films and TV shows depict the man on being, and then we'll also get into the ABC LGBTQ alphabet, you know what I'm saying, alphabet people agenda, and what that and the effect that has and what that's done to the black family structure and the helping of the emasculated men. And then no, we break everything down with scripture, so we definitely got scriptures to back everything up. All right, let out. Well, because what we have to understand is, or what we need to understand is, what is a man? Like how a man supposed to be? What's a man supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So we learn and figure out what that is and what the man's job is and what he's supposed to be, he's supposed to do, and how he's supposed to act, and so forth. Let's start out with Psalms 144 and 1. Psalms 144 and 1. Because there is a certain way a man is supposed to be and supposed to act and supposed to carry himself. You understand? And the being that soft, weak, effeminate man, all the TV shows and pushing is not that man. Because let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? A strong, masculine black man, that's America's worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? And not because of the way they try to make it seem as in we're just these thugs and we can't help but want to rape white women, and you know what I'm saying, just all these stereotypes that's been thrown on the black man. And we're gonna touch on a few of them little points right there too in this class. I'm saying instead of, you know what I'm saying, all that, you know what I'm saying, what, you know what I'm saying, said, you know, a strong black man that know and is unapologetically, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, is what it is. America is scared of, because America can't tame that nigga. You know what I'm saying? America can't control that nigga. America can't just tell that nigga one thing and bind that nigga. And we gonna get into that. You understand? Whenever you get to, let's go ahead and start off.
Okay. Psalms 44, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Blessed be the Lord, my strength with teachers, my hands to war, fingers to fight. Verse 2.
Now, hold on. Read that again from the top.
Psalms 144, 1. Blessed be the Lord, my strength with teachers.
This is Psalm of David. Say that point too. Oh, I got you.
So,
I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Psalms 144:1. Go ahead. Blip. Go ahead from the top.
Psalms 144, a Psalms of David. Verse 1, blessed be the Lord, my strength, which teaches my hands to war.
Which teaches my hand to war. The Lord is my strength, which teaches my hand to war. You understand? The most high is a man of war. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
So with that being said, he doesn't want his men being, you know what I'm saying, his priests being weak, soft individuals. Because a weak, soft individual gonna be able to control anything or have any type of balance or structure, whether it's inside of his own household or running a community, running a nation. You know what I'm saying? A weak man can't. There's no way a weak man can run a nation. Go ahead. Read it again from the top.
Psalms 144, 1. Psalm of David. Blessed be the Lord, my strength, war, and my fingers to fight.
Fingers to fight. You understand? A man is supposed to know how to be a warrior, know how to defend himself and his house. You hear women always saying how they want a protector and a provider. You know what I'm saying? Right. A soft man isn't going to be able to protect himself or his family when time comes. You know that soft individual isn't going to be able to do that. Now go ahead, drop that. Give me Job 38:3. We're gonna go to Job 38:3. Right now we're going over what a man, how a man is supposed to be, how a man is supposed to act. Because lately I've been seeing on Facebook, for some reason has gone viral. Boys playing with little kitchen sets or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, you hear women talk how, oh, well, that just teaches them how to cook, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The simple fact of the matter is, toys don't teach a kid how to cook.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They say the dolls with girls. It teaches the girls how to take care of a child or whatnot. When that's just simply not fact. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a show on TV called 16 and Pregnant, and these young women are having kids, and these young women have slightest clue on what to do with the child. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if toys are, as you say, helping you learn how to cook or learn how to take care of children, then something's failing because you know what I'm saying. I know a lot of women that can't cook. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women out here can't even cook, but yet you talking about boys cooking sets. You know what I'm saying? Why you're so fixed on effeminating that black malehood, that black masculinity. You know, you're just completely negating the daughter that doesn't know how to do any of these things.
Right.
You understand? But she's a so-called strong, independent woman. You know what I'm saying? She's a strong woman. She can do this. She can do that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? They always see a woman get mugged, a woman get raped, and they talk about it's what a man at. What was the protection at?
Right.
Well, she voided her protection. She didn't want that protection.
Right.
She was a strong, independent woman. She was a bad bitch. This the hot girl summer. You know. This a hot girl summer. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want that protection.
Right.
You understand? So you know it like the scriptures say, the woman is the weaker vessel. Right. The woman is the weaker vessel. That's why the man is the. That's you know what I'm saying? The man is supposed to protect her because she is the weak. When you get there, go ahead.
God. Job 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man.
Say that again.
God. Up now thy loins like a man.
Gird up now thy loins like a man. means stand your ass up, black man.
That's
Black
right.
man. That means put your goddamn foot down, black
That's
man. That means have some respect and dignity about your goddamn self, black
right.
man, brown man. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know what I'm saying, somebody wouldn't even want to question. Wouldn't even want to question. You know what I'm saying? You got to have you know what I'm saying? You know, have it say you just look, you know what I'm saying, puff your chest out. You know what I'm saying? Be a goddamn man.
That's
Be a
right.
man. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a weak ass little coward, a weak ass little goddamn man.
Right.
Go ahead again from the top.
God. Job 38:3. Gird up now, thy loins like a man.
Gird up thy loins now like a man. Stand strong like a man. Your 10 toes like a goddamn man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Man of thee.
Demand of thee. Go ahead.
And answer thou me.
And answer. So the Most High demands you to stand like a goddamn man. Be
Right.
a goddamn man. You know what I'm saying? Stop letting women run all over you and try to tell you what to do, or try to what's that happy wife, happy life bullshit? Salakia, I'm gonna get checked for that. That's garbage. That's straight up garbage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because every virtuous woman, she took care of her man. She
Right.
was there for her man. She was you know what I'm saying? Did everything for her man to help benefit her man in her life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now let's go to Luke and 21. Luke 11 and 21. Because what we had to understand is men, we got to stand up and gird a goddamn man and actually stand up and be a goddamn man. You know what I'm saying? Luke 11 and 21.
God. Luke chapter 11, verse 21.
Okay.
When a strong man armed, keep it.
When a strong man is armed, and let's not think carnally here. You know what I'm saying? Let's think spiritually. You know what I'm saying? When a man is armed, that means.
So like I said, if I may, when a man armed, when he is in his right mind, when he is under the spirit of Yahweh, he is
So in other words, bring me home. When we round the corner, you round the place, now go ahead and slide in the home plate.
when keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Keeping the law, statutes, so he's in this goddamn truth.
God.
Now read that again from the top.
God. Luke 11, verse 21. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace.
His goods are in peace. That means everything is in the correct order. Everything is in order. Is in good. He knows where everything's at. Everything's at peace. Everything works out copacetic. That man is armed, and he's standing up being a goddamn man.
That's
like
right.
He's supposed to be. You understand? Now what we're gonna go into is how the many years of the assassination of the black and brown man. You know, that just from the character all the way down, it's just been totally assassinated. You understand? And we can go ahead and bring up that Willie Lynch, because right here it was been written long time ago what was going to happen and the effects it was going to have on the generations of what's going on. Everything that will that is right here, we see it playing out today. Now we're not gonna read the whole thing. Just read what's highlighted.
The Willie Lynch letter, the making of a slave. This is delivered by Willie Lynch on the bank of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712.
In 1712. 7. Keep going.
Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term is derived from his last name. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are? I do not need to elaborate. I am not here to enumerate your. I am here to introduce you to a method of solving. In my care, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control this for at least 300 years.
For at least 300 years. For at least 300 years. Keep going.
My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and differences bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and they will work throughout the South. Take this simple little list of differences and think about them. On top of my list is age, but it's there only because it starts with. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, size of plantations, and status on plantations. Attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in the valley or on a hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I can give you an outline of action.
And we sit here and wonder why, you know what I'm saying, all black people we fights against amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taught about all these, they used all these differences between us against us to make us turn against each other. And that's exactly, we see that playing out today. That's exactly what's happening. Go ahead.
But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration.
Mm-hmm.
The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refilling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. You must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male. You must use dark skin versus light skinned slaves.
And what we do during slavery, what they teach at school, they use that paper bag test, the brown paper bag test. You know what I'm saying? If you was lighter than the paper bag, then you was this. If you was darker than the paper bag, you was keep going.
And the light skinned slave versus skin slave.
We got the Judah's got that horrible. That light skin, dark skin thing. He got that horrible. Keep going.
And the light skinned slave is slave. You must use the female slave versus the male.
And we seeing out today. We see that all playing out today. When women suffer more through slavery than men. Men suffer more through slavery than women. Women had to do this. Women couldn't do this, and this. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, goddamn, black woman, we was all in the back of the bus together until y'all decided to join the feminist movement. We'll get into that later. Go ahead.
Right. And the male versus the female. You must all have the white servants and the overseers distrust all blacks. It is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us, gentlemen. These kits are your keys to control. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful on each other. Let us make a slave. What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigga, a pregnant nigga, woman, and her baby nigga boy. Second, we will use the same basic principles that we use in breaking a horse, combined with some more sustaining factors. What we do with horses is that we break them from one life to another, that we reduce them from their natural state in nature, whereas nature provides them with the natural ability to take care of them, to take care of their offspring, their natural strength, independence from them, and thereby create a dependency status so that we may be able to get from them useful production for our business and pleasure.
Keep going.
For orderly future, special and particular attention must be paid to the female and youngest offspring. Hence, both the horse and the nigga must be broken. You must keep your eye and thoughts on the female and the offspring of the horse and the nigga. It says, therefore, if you break the female mother, she will break offspring in its early years of development. And when the offspring is old enough to work, she will deliver it up to you. For her no protected tendencies will have been lost in the original breaking process. For example, take the case of the wild stars, a female horse and an already infant horse, or compare the breaking process with two captured nigger males in their natural state. Pregnant nigger woman with the infant. Take the stud horse, break him for limited completely break the female until she becomes very gentle, whereas anybody can ride her in her comfort breed. Breed and the stud until you have the desired offspring. Then you can turn the stud to freedom until you need him again. Train the female horse, whereby she will eat out your hand, and she will in turn train the infant horse.
And so, like, if I could, hold on, so keep right there. And we see that playing out today. You understand? Who the first person these sisters want to call when they are into it with the man?
Call the wife.
They want to call their daddy. The police. They call their daddy the police. You understand? They want to. Keep going. Keep going.
And she will in turn train the infant horse to eat out your hand also. When it comes to breaking uncivilized nigga, use the sense by vary the degree and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Take the meanest and most restless nigga, strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggas, the female and the nigga infant, and tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a different horse, facing opposite directions. Set him in fire. Beat both horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggas. The next is to take a bull whip and beat the remaining nigga male to the point of death in front of the female and infant.
All this right here is the beginning stages of the emasculation of black men. all this right here. You understand? Because what's gonna happen when let's say I'm this strong black nigga that master we just beat the hell out of the separated the catch did all these things to. What is that gonna next man thinking about? He wanting to be a strong nigga. They think he strong nigga. What's they gonna do to his morale?
So like I said, the next black man, he gonna fall in line. He gonna submit to his overseer ways. He gonna submit to his master ways because he want to go through that torture that he just seen. And plus, that's putting fear in him, the woman, and when the woman is over the child, he gonna teach the child to fear the master, the overseer.
Right. That's exactly what's gonna happen. And you know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying. If I'm looking and see, you know what I'm saying, them horses, and you tied each one of them horses until all your limbs. You know what I'm saying? That the next one's gonna think twice. He's gonna think twice about, you know what I'm saying, gonna maybe you know what I'm saying, try to remove, you know what I'm saying, maneuver a different way, but they gonna definitely think twice about running or doing something against what Master had.
Don't kill him. Kind. The next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigga male to the point of death in front of the female and the infant.
So now we didn't watch this nigga get torn all apart. Now we getting our ass beat in front of the women and the children. You know what I'm saying? So not only is there masculine the males, but it's also, you know what I'm saying, subconsciously teaching that woman, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, hey, we gonna have to do what you said, because we don't want to have to go through that. Because if you're doing the man like that, what the hell are you gonna do to us? Go ahead.
Don't kill him, but put the fear of God in him, for he can be useful for future breeding. Thus, of the African woman. Take the female and run a series of tests on her to see if she will submit to your desire willingly in every way, because she is the most important factor of good economics.
Remember that too. We're gonna get into that too. You know what I'm saying? When we get into that feminist movement and stuff, we're gonna get into that. Go ahead.
If she shows any sign of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip to extract the last bit of resistance out of her. Take care not to kill her, for in doing so, you spoil good economics. When it completes the mission, she will train her offspring in the early years to submit to labor. When they become of age, understanding is the best thing. Therefore, she will go deeper into this area of the subject matter concerning produce in this breaking process of the female nature. We have reversed the relationship in her natural uncivilized state. She would have a strong dependency on the uncivilized, and she would have a limited protective tendency toward her independent male offspring. Will raise their offspring to be dependent like her. Nature had provided for this type of balance.
And if I could real quick, with we see the way that men act nowadays. Always crying on TV or over hyperly sensitive, and need a safe place because was in office. You know what I'm saying? Got, you know, all this just weak stuff that men, you know what I'm saying, used to wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Now, and who is the one that's raising these men? Because when I would hear women talking about that men ain't shit and men are dogs and this and this, I just ask myself, well, who raised these men? Who raised them? And read that sentence again. We learning why right here that these men is acting like this. Just that whole sentence again.
Kind of what kind. Nature has provided for this type of balance. So like you said.
Keep on. You go from right there. Go ahead.
We reverse nature by burning, may also be dependent like her.
To be dependent like her, like the mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's what all these, you know what I'm saying, I believe that's where that whole time mother's boy and all that come from. Just be the dependent like her. Go ahead.
We reverse nature by burning and pulling a civilized nigga apart and bullwhipping the other to the point of death, all in her presence. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed. The ordeal
Unprotected, well image destroyed. They've been destroying the image ever since, you know what I'm saying, we got here. They've been trying to destroy that male image, or who the hell is, and that male protecting that female and them offspring. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep going.
The ordeal caused her to move from a psychological dependent state to a frozen independent state.
To a frozen independent state. I'm that independent one. I'm the independent bad bitch. I'm the independent this, independent that. Don't need a man for this. Don't need a man for that. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles.
And that's exactly what's happened. You know what I'm saying? Only black women had to be strong and independent. You know what I'm saying? And black men had to be weak. Let me get checked. Have to be weak and effeminate. Passive to not be so-called toxic. You understand that everything about masculinity is so-called toxic. You know what I'm saying? Anything about being a man. Keep going.
For fear of the young man, she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak.
Mentally weak, and that's what every men arguing with police like you're not finna go to jail. Like if you don't show them your goddamn ID, look, here you go. What are you pulling me over for? Okay. Well, am I under arrest? Am I going to jail? All right, well, let's get it on then. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go to court. Let's see what the judge. That's what a man would do. A man is not gonna sit here and argue like sit here and argue and yell. A man or a man or a person that's in a position of power over. You know, a man is not gonna do that. Okay, you want my license? All right, cool. But you explain to me why you pulled me over. So why are we pulled over? Okay, cool. All right, well, here go my license, here go registration, everything's cool. We want to search the car. All right, well, fine. Go ahead, search. There's nothing in here. Do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Handle your business so I can get on down the road. I do have stuff I need to handle, so let's make it quick. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, search it. Make it quick though. You understand? You know what I'm saying? That's how a man will handle this. So the man's not gonna sit here and argue like a goddamn woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what women do. Sit here and want to argue.
That's right.
Man, I'm not finna sit here and argue with you. You want to search the goddamn car? Search the goddamn car so we can go. You ain't gonna find nothing. So let's search the motherfucker so we can go.
That's right.
Hit my goddamn license. Run this motherfucker. I'm cool. Run it. So I'm finna get checked. Here go my license. You know, run it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna find nothing. You give them back to me. Run my registration. It's my car. It's in my name. You're gonna have to back to me. You want to search it? Search the car. Do what you need to do. That's how a man will handle that situation. Man's not gonna sit and argue. Well, what you need to do that for? I don't have to give you this. Well, I don't have to do that. Man, you sound like a woman.
That's right.
Keep going.
Train him to be mentally weak.
Mentally weak, and that's what most men are today. Mentally weak. Go ahead.
And dependent.
A lot of these niggas is dependent too. You know what I'm saying? Want to depend on this, depend on something. body for that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying just being a goddamn man.
That's right.
Now I'll be the last high, first fire. You know what I'm saying? It's hard in some situations. We done dug ourselves in a hole, and sometimes it's a little hard to get. I get all that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Just mooch, and it's always something you could do. If you ain't got no job, well, you know, hey, help clean up or something. You know what I'm saying? Wash some dishes. You know what I'm saying? Get up, hook the grill up. You know what I'm saying? Put the coals on there, throw some meat on it. Do something.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
But physically strong.
Niggas is strong. Niggas is strong, but mentally weak.
That's
They have no idea what to do with that strength or that anger because they've only had women to teach them.
Right.
You understand? A man needs a man to teach him how to be a goddamn man.
That's right.
And we've been known for many years that women cannot raise men. Women cannot raise a man to be a man. Now, a man to be an effeminate, you know what I'm saying, that a happy wife, happy life, you know what I'm saying, and bow down to his woman. A woman can raise that, but a strong man that is needed today, that our women need today, that also so that our people, that black man that's needed today, women cannot raise that man. Keep going.
Because she has become psychologically independent.
Psychologically independent. You know what I'm saying? You independent in your head. You independent in your head. You know what I'm saying? You turn away your protection. You turn away your provision. Right. You turn away all that. You turn away anything. Every woman wants a man to be provider and protector until she want to walk out the house looking like a whore, and that man say, "Nah, you can't wear that shit outside." That's right. Now she want to leave him and go to the next man. You know what I'm saying? What? That's what y'all use with y'all independence. That's what y'all did with all y'all so-called progression y'all done. Right. You jumping from man to man to man to man. You know what I'm saying? That's progression. Right. You know, Salakia. Keep going.
She trained her female offspring to be psychologically independent.
And that's exactly what these women do. Train these women to be so-called independent women. And again, only black women got to be strong and independent. Every other race of women can be feminine and all that, but only the black woman has to be strong and independent. Only the black woman. You never hear white women talk about how I'm strong and independent. Never heard a Chinese woman say, "Hey, I'm strong and independent." You know what I'm saying? You never hear that, but you know every black woman is strong and independent, right. And every black man is toxic according to him. So lock here. Keep going.
God, she would train her female to be psychologically independent. What have you got? You got the nigga woman out front and the nigga man behind and scared.
Good night. And again, that is exactly what we see today. You know what I'm saying? Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? It's always anything about Big Mama. Big Mama this, Big Mama that. You know what I'm saying? Where Big Daddy at? Where you know what I'm saying? Where your granddaddy at? Where he at? He ain't had nothing to do with this. He ain't had nothing with y'all even existing. He ain't nothing to do with that. Oh, put him out. That's what happened. Big Mama put him out because she wanted welfare. She wanted, you know what I'm saying, the food stamp, so she couldn't have Big Daddy around. Then she talked to be so-called strong and independent, and now she only needs Big Daddy when she wants Big Daddy. You feel me?
God.
Keep going.
God. This is a perfect situation of sound sleep and economic. Before the breaking process, we had to be alert at all times.
See, before this breaking process, they had to be on guard all the time because it was still strong men out there. Them niggas, this killing, you know what I'm saying, killing them ain't working. You know what I'm saying, beating them to death ain't working no more. You know what I'm saying, these niggas are still strong. We got to do something else. We got to figure something else out. Keep going.
Now we can sleep soundly.
Now they can sleep silently. Why? Keep going.
For out of frozen fear His woman stands guard for us. We cannot get past her early slave molding process. He is a good tool, not to be tied to the horse at a tender age. By the time a nigger boy reaches the age of 16, he is soundly broken in and ready for a long life of sound and efficient work and the reproduction of a unit of a force, continually through the breaking of uncivilized savage nigger. By throwing the nigger female savage into a frozen cycle state of independence, by killing of the protective male image, and by creating a submissive, dependent mind of the slave, we have created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own axis forever, unless a phenomenon occurs and it reshifts the position of the male and female slave. We show what we mean by example. Take the case of economic slave units and examine them closely. The nigger marriage. We breed 2 nigger males with 2 nigger females. Then we take the nigger male away from them and keep them moving and working.
And that's exactly what's going on nowadays. Hell, if you ain't working at least 4 hours, you know what I'm saying, or 6, you're damn near 80 hours a week, then you can't even, you damn near ain't got no type of, can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. And you got to spend all them hours at a slave. You got to be, right. So that's away from your wife. Keep going.
Say one nigger female bears a nigger female, and the other bears a nigger male. Both nigger females being without influence of the nigger male image, frozen with the independent psychology, will raise their offspring into reverse positions. The one with the female offspring to be like herself, independent and negotiable.
Independent and negotiable. Now, again, the devil, these devils went through the woman. Remember, they said the woman was the economic sword. You know what I'm saying? So these devils went to the woman, just like the serpent went to the woman in the garden. You know what I'm saying? That's why the serpent in the garden and the white man, they had the same spirit. That's why the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks.
That's right.
You understand? Because the same way they went to the woman, the serpent went to the woman in the garden is the same way the serpent goes to the woman today. Keep going.
The one with the female offspring will teach her to be like herself, independent and negotiable.
Independent and negotiable.
We negotiate with her, through her, by her. We negotiate her at will.
Negotiate her at will. You understand? Negotiate her at will. They just put her above the black man. They just broke the whole type of structure of what a family is supposed to be. Keep going.
The one with the male offspring, she being frozen with a subconscious fear for his life, will raise him to be mentally dependent and weak, but physically strong. In other words, body over mind. Now, in a few years, when these 2 offspring become fertile for early reproduction, we will make and breed them and continue the cycle. This is good, sound, and long-range comprehensive planning.
Good. This is good, sound, and long-range comprehensive planning. You understand? This was the start of the emasculation of the black and brown man today. You understand? That this is why we see and the things that's going on today. That's why we see what we're seeing. You understand? Now and then we go through slavery. You have they again brutally beating the strong man. Again the scene in The Great where when he was when Denzel was talking about they would take the big bad strong nigga tie to each one of them and beat the horses in different directions and pull them apart. Then exactly what the really good said they would beat the other remaining niggas until almost women and men. You know what I'm saying? Beat them to almost. You understand? Any male slaves that worked in the house, what do you think happened to them?
So like I said, if I may, they was already under submission.
Yeah, they was already under
They
submission.
wasn't going outside of nothing.
They was castrated. Chop. Chop. They castrated them. Any male that worked in the house was castrated. Because Master didn't want him sleeping with his wife.
God.
Master didn't want him sleeping with his daughters. You understand? So they, what's his name? The one that, was it Booker T. Washington? The one that over 1,000 uses of the peanut. Was that Booker T. Washington? George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver. That's who it was. George Washington Carver. They said he had that high voice because he was in the house. He was castrated. That's why he had that high voice. That's why they said he had that high voice because he was castrated. Master didn't want him sleeping with his daughters, so he cut him off. Yeah. And another thing they did was buck busting. They did buck busting. You know what I'm saying? That's where they would rape a strong black man in front of his wife and kids in community to where nobody even respected him. You understand? I just sent you a video on that one. Let's look at that video real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when you get that. You understand? They buck busting was a thing that they practiced here in America and also in the Caribbean, like in Jamaica and places like. You know what I'm saying? That's why Jamaicans really look down on homosexuality and stuff like that. Go up. Up again. Down right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Tim. And tonight we're talking about some things that I teach you in the history class. This one's called buck breaking. The process of breaking the buck involves one of the most famous and atrocious acts known to man. A slave who was defiant and may stir up trouble was beaten with a whip until bloody in front of his entire slave congregation. The slave owner, afraid of an uprising, would cut down a tree, and with the top and the help of the overseer, would then beat the defiant buck into submission. Once the slave was worn down, the master had the other slaves force that slave over a tree stump, where they were then laid naked and exposed. What came next caused fear and terror to ripple through every slave plantation across the South. The master would explain to other slaves that if they did not follow strict orders and comply with the whims of the overseers and the masters, this too would be their fate. The master would then remove his clothing and proceed to sodomize the slave in front of his wife, family, friends, and children. He would then invite his friends from other plantations to join in the raping festivals. In order for this plan to take effect, he would require the slaves' children to watch, front row center, so they too could witness their parents' sexual demise and humiliation. Buck breaking was the slave's master's very effective tool to keep all slaves from ever being defiant and taking revenge. It also frightened the mothers and wives from ever giving consent to an uprising. Buck breaking was so successful that it was made into a sex farm where free men would travel from plantation to plantation, raping different slaves from child to. In popular urban songs, you will even hear the term buck nigga used against another person to demean them, such as calling them weak or gay. This is where this came from. So does this still exist today? Indeed it does. It is, however, no longer just a slave issue. It's in our prison systems. When people get out of line, prison rape or bucking is an effective way of making sure one is, well, demeaned in a way to where they will be respected. This is done by guards and inmates as a way of showing dominance, and no one is immune. If you Google prison rape statistics, the horrible numbers still out there. And even events to where it has been shown the guards have allowed it to happen to unruly inmates and would even sometimes participate. So I ask this question, have we really changed, even after all this time? I also wonder why this isn't discussed more. Is it because people just don't care? Or is it because of some kind of cover-up started many years ago to maybe hide homosexual tendencies or deviant tendencies? This truly looks like history to me, even if it is untold, hidden history. Thanks everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share all my videos. Peace out. Mahalo. Have a great day.
You understand? Bug busting. That's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? That they did to our black men just to demonize and moralize them and emasculate them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what that is. That's emasculating, straight emasculating. All right. And then when we get down into like all the Jim Crow era and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They demonize black male's character even more, using the blackface in like movies and stuff like that. You understand? They over hypersexualize the black man. You know what I'm saying? Making the ways always to run around or whatever, raping white women. You know what I'm saying? It was all to in the protection of the white woman, I guess. You understand? I guess black men just wanted to run around raping white women. You know what I'm saying? I never understood why to be, you know what I'm saying? I never understood why a black man would want a woman at all to begin with. I've never understood that. You understand? But you know, it is, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they did. I was that movie, Birth of a Nation. Their first Birth of a Nation, they used a lot of that. Matter of fact, I sent you. Let's watch that video too. It was on Birth Nation where they used a lot of the blackface. They used the blackface and all the images and depictions of the male character. Yeah, the black male character. You know what I'm saying? They just straight. You know what I'm saying? And they say how this movie right here was such uh, a great movie for you know what I'm saying, like create in the creation of it. You know what I'm saying? That's got a lot of the stuff from. Let's watch this. Turn it up.
But did this ambitious, high-budget blockbuster simply reflect the views of a nation, or did it create them? We often praise or condemn films based on how they portray certain parts of society. They might challenge a stereotype or do the opposite and reinforce one. In fact, there are numerous problematic tropes that we see in cinema over and over again. Just look at Pop Culture Detective and his videos on how male sexual assault is played for laughs, or how romance is often used as an excuse for abduction. Yet, the eternal chicken and egg question remains. Do problematic themes in films simply reflect society's values and behaviours, or are they guilty of something far, far worse? Do they actually cause us, the audience, to develop ignorant perspectives based on the fictional worlds put before us? Many have wondered about the role visual media has played in the rise of hate crimes, prejudice, and mass violence in recent years, yet establishing a causal link between the two seems increasingly far-fetched. With so many different forms of always-on, easily TV channels and streaming services now the norm across many societies, how can we be sure if media actually causes audiences to change their behaviour? One way to answer this question is to travel back to a time when the internet didn't exist and cinema itself was a phenomenon. A time when we weren't overwhelmed by a deluge of choice from Netflix or Amazon Prime. There was one film that people watched exclusively. In 1915, this film was The Birth of a Nation. Originally named The Klansman, The Birth of a Nation debuted in California in 1915 and soon became a prominent landmark in film history. It was the first to use what we would consider staples of film production today: a musical score, close-ups, fade-outs, and extras, all radically new. In the words of Jonathan Klein, virtually every film is beholden to it in one way, shape, or form. All in all, the 3-hour-long film ended up reaching a mammoth audience of 50 million people and was even played in Woodrow Wilson's White House. But the film is not only famous for the role it played in the development of cinema, it is infamous for the role it played in race relations. With its glorification of lynching and the perpetuation of damaging stereotypes, it is often regarded as the most racist film ever made. In the words of Ian McEwan, the film argues that giving black people rights was a terrible, terrible error, that they did all sorts of horrible things that they didn't actually do, and that the noble Klan was this wonderful savior that saved America. This portrayal allowed the Ku Klux Klan, an organization that was effectively dead by 1915, to rise from the ashes. The KKK adopted the film as a recruitment tool, and this allowed it to grow into a major organization by 1920. It only started burning crosses and wearing white hoods only after these symbols appeared in the film. Unsurprisingly, black activist groups protested against the film. The NAACP protested at premieres across the United States, embroiling the movie in controversy. They also launched a public education campaign attempting to address the film's inaccuracies. Yet racism was hardly a new phenomenon at the time. Even before the film was released, lynchings, race riots, and racist beliefs were all too common across the country. This opens up the question as to whether the film simply reflected the views of an already racist society or further inflamed them. Did the film cause racist violence? A new working paper by Desmond Ang at Harvard University tackled this very issue. Since the film was released as part of a roadshow, traveling to various cities for 1 or 2 nights ahead of a wider release, Ang was able to isolate and analyse the film's impact. On average, he found that lynchings increased by 5 the usual amount after the show came to each county, yet this wasn't the only disturbing finding. By comparing the 606 counties that saw the film to the thousands that didn't, and polling for a number of demographic differences, he was able to test whether the KK chapters, or claverns, were more likely to pop up in places where the film was shown. Unsurprisingly, he found that counties that had been visited by the roadshow were 3 times more likely to develop local KKK chapters. In fact, without the film, the Ku Klux Klan might never survive the early 1900s. They're now one of the most well-known and well-established white supremacist groups in America. This brings me to perhaps the most disturbing thing to come out of Ang's research, that these horrifying effects have lasted to the present day. Counties that saw the birth of a nation are still more likely to have a local Klan chapter and continue to have higher rates of hate crimes against African Americans than counties that never saw the film. Ang sums up his findings with the words, "It's obviously a pretty scary result and speaks to the media's potential ability not simply to incite racial violence in the short term, but also to galvanize the formation of hate-based organizations that then persist over time, even over a century in this case." In a world of echo chambers, where social media and biased news channels are viewed as just another place to validate your pre-existing beliefs, we need to be open to the possibility that media can just as easily shape our beliefs and influence our behaviour. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy watching this video, then please do consider subscribing. Thank you.
You understand? So, I mean, they've used their movies and television and everything like that against us from the beginning. You understand? Nothing is new about that. They've been doing that for the longest time. You understand? Now let's you understand that they've always used stuff like that to try to degrade and demonize the black man's character and stuff like that. Now let's go to Mark 3:27. Let's go to Mark 3:27 because we gotta understand how the hell did this even happen? You understand? From everything that we've gone through so far about through the Willie Lynch letter, you know what I'm saying? How they've used black dark skin versus light skin, the male against female. You understand? The oppressor has always gone to the woman to give her that authority over the man or whatever to emasculate the man. You feel me? and we're gonna understand how this happens. Because also we learned from in the beginning that a man has to gut up his loins. A goddamn man. A man has to be a man.
That's
You understand? A man has to learn how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman can't teach a man how to be a man. So a man has to learn how to even be a man. You feel me? Whenever you get there, go ahead.
Mark 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
Say that again.
No man can enter into a strong man's house.
Say it again.
No man can enter into a strong man's house.
No man can enter into a strong man's no man. Go ahead.
And spoil his goods.
And spoil his goods from his woman to his children to anything that he owns or possesses. Go ahead.
Except
he
will first bind the strong man.
He first bind that strong man, and that's what we've been learning through this whole what we've been last hour and 14 minutes. That's what we've been learning, how the oppressor has binded up the strong man, what he's had to do, the long process, the long savage process, the black man emasculating the and brown man. You understand? With that long when was it? When did he come? What was it? 17 what? 17
12.
1712. Willie Lynch came over and to the banks of Virginia to read them love. You understand? That's more than 300 years ago. It's more than 300, almost 300 and let's just say close to 3. I ain't after my head like that, but you know what I'm saying, like close to 300. You know what I'm saying, a little over 300 years of emasculating, demonizing, over sexualizing the black male, binding that black male. He's finally bound it. He got him bound because these women are in a weak men. You know what I'm saying? Weak mentally, but strong physically. That's what, and women are raising up their daughters to be the so-called independent women. But you know what I'm saying? All the independence in the world still have nothing to show for it. Keep going. Read it again from the top, Slacky.
Mark 3:27. No man can enter a man's house.
No man can enter to a strong man's house. Go ahead.
And spoil his goods.
And spoil anything, because that strong man, he has that whole armor of God. He knows the law commandments. He abides by. He teaches his family to abide by. Go ahead.
Except he will bind the strong man.
Except they first bind the strong man. It's been over 300 years of binding that strong man. It's taken over 300 years to break and bind that strong man. Go ahead.
And then he will spoil his house.
And then he spoiled the house, because everything is out of order. Everything is out of order. Nothing. Women are men. You gotta have a happy wife. You know what I'm saying? Everything is out of order. And which that leads me into the feminist agenda. You know what I'm saying? When before the feminist agenda, black women and you know what I'm saying, black women and black men, we fought together. We knew who our enemy was. We knew what goals we had. We knew what we wanted to do. You understand? And with all the with the Black Panther movement and Martin Luther King and all that stuff, it was the strong black men and women that was together that made the movements flourish, and they had to figure out a way to stop that. You understand? And then that's when they came with the good factory jobs that our great grandparents, your grandparents, my great grandparents. Salakia for telling your age like that. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. But you know what I'm saying? Your grandparents, my great grandparents, you know what I'm saying? They all them good factory jobs that they was making a good living off of. You know what I'm saying? They take all of them jobs away. Then they want to give the woman welfare and food stamps and housing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then the only stipulation was can't have no black man in the house. Can't be no man in that house if you want the welfare and the food stamps and everything else. You know what I'm saying? That you can't have a man in the house. And at the same time, they took away the jobs. You know what I'm saying? They took away the way that men was providing for their kids. You know what I'm saying? They switched up all the like little contracts with the sharecroppers and stuff like that. They switched everything up on them to where now it's hard for black people to even compensate or even sell their crops to all the big white companies. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So they had to, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff. They lost land, they stole land. Yeah, black folks bought up a bunch of land after the Reconstruction and all that, but just to turn around and sell it, you know what I'm saying, so we could eat the white man's pie and drink the white man's water. You understand? So, and then you have like the black women was tricked into joining the white woman's fight in the feminist movement. You know what I'm saying? Because black women, it's never been an issue with the black woman being a woman.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's never been an issue with the black man for the black man to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? That was always the white woman, the woman's fight. You know what I'm saying? And then somehow they tricked the black woman into joining the fight because they needed the numbers. And then once they got the numbers to fight the white man, you know what I'm saying, they threw all them sisters back and get back there with your nigga now. You know what I'm saying? We no longer need you to get back there with your nigga now. We know we got what we wanted from you.
Right.
Now get back there with your nigga. You understand? And simultaneously when they taking out the jobs and bringing in the welfare and all this and that, they also dropping off drugs. I'm saying everybody knows it's a well-known fact that the CIA is the one that brought the drugs into the black communities.
That's right.
Again, none of them drugs we don't grow them drugs here in America.
Right.
All the best cocaine and heroin, all that stuff is grown in them warm countries, all them other countries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have no boats, no planes, no anything like bring that stuff in. It was dropped off to us. Again, we don't own any gun manufacturers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know any black man named Smith and Wesson.
Right.
You feel me? Like the Smith and Wesson is not a black person. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't know anybody that owns a gun manufacturer that makes guns. But guess what? Guns was dropped off into our neighborhoods though.
That's right.
You know, that big semi sitting there for 2-3 weeks, ain't nobody moved it, ain't nobody did nothing. And then once we get curious and figure out what's in there, we realize that, hey, damn, this is all full of guns right here. You know what I'm saying? It's full of guns and drugs right here. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff was dropped off to us. We didn't create, we didn't bring the drugs in, we didn't start to make guns, we didn't create the guns and none of that, but it was all dropped off to us though. And then they created that the school to prison pipeline, you know what I'm saying, with all the young black men, you know what I'm saying, catching all these charges at young ages. You know what I'm saying? You go from being a slave in the school to being, you know what I'm saying, trying to do something different or do something better because you see the drug dealers got all the cars and the hoes and the, you know what I'm saying, all the stuff that you want. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna go see what this like. Now it's a whole filter, a whole pipeline, just a circle. And that all started from the black man being bound up, that strong man being binded up. Right. That was anything was going to be able to come into his house and destroy it. That black man over 300 plus years being beat up. You understand? But and then we wonder why, you know what I'm saying, everything's like it is because everything is out of order. There's a certain order that everything should be in, and that order is just straight out of whack right now. And 1 Corinthians 11:3, because we had to figure out what that order is, and we need to know why we in this position that we are in. You know what I'm saying? Because we have no order in our house. We have no orders in our house. Right. We have no order. Everything is in order. You know what I'm saying? And let everything be done in decency and in order. You know what I'm saying? And right now the whole black family is just way out of order. Go ahead, read that when you got it.
Kind. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
This is an order. This is a pecking order. This is how everything is supposed to go. The head of man is Christ. Keep going.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is that man. The man that she decided to lay down with, that man she decided to open her legs with, the man she decided to submit herself to when she opened up her legs. That is who her head is. Keep going.
And the head of Christ.
And the head of Christ is Yahweh, is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It's a pecking order. Everything is done in decency and order. Right now, the black community, the black family is out of order. That's why we are going through all this these predicaments that we're going through. That's what allowed the entertainment and the music and fashion industries to come in and seduce our young men and women into believing any damn thing, because they have no structure. There's no order. You know what I'm saying? That the father has been thrown away from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They try to find any way to discredit the father. Any way they could possibly find, they try to discredit their father. They try to discredit the man in any type of way. Anything about masculinity is toxic. It's all toxic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we supposed to guard up our loins like a man. We supposed to be a goddamn man.
That's right.
You understand me? We supposed to be a goddamn man. If you was born a man, you supposed to be a goddamn man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes it easy for the entertainment industry and fashion industry to come in and further demonize the black man's character. Because when you see all these different movie roles, they you saying it's always something gay going on. It's always you know what I'm saying? It's always a man in a dress, or a man being a black man in a dress, a black man being effeminate, being subject to his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he went out and got another woman, now he has to beg his wife for forgiveness and beg his wife to stay with him and this and that. Bitch, Salakia. I'm gonna get checked for that. Salakia. You understand? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all type of images we see in movies. You know what I'm saying? Man, all these gay characters, the man always get, black man's always the third, always the aggressor, always, you know what I'm saying? This and this, wearing dresses. Give me Leviticus 20 and 13, because you know what I'm saying, these men sell these weak ass cowards selling out and putting these dresses on for a couple dollars. Like, come on, man. What you portraying to these young men is like, you know what I'm saying, for a couple dollars, man, you know what I mean, hey, go put your dress on, you get a couple, you know what I'm saying, you'll have no respect as a man, but you know what I'm saying, you'll have some dollars in your pocket though. You'll have no integrity as a goddamn man, but have a couple dollars in your pocket. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
God. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13.
Go ahead.
If a man also lie with mankind as he lies with a woman.
If a man lie with mankind like he lies with a woman. I don't think that's the one I want. Give me the one where man wearing a dress. A man wearing what pertaining to a woman.
Okay.
It's 20 and 13.
That's what you're asking for. I know what you're asking for. I just don't know what you said.
Salakia, Deuteronomy 22. Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 5.
That's what I want right there.
The woman shall that which pertaineth unto a man.
A woman shall not wear anything that pertaineth to a man. You understand? Go ahead.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's. That's a dress. You know what I'm saying? Now I know a lot of these fake Israelite groups like to tell, you know what I'm saying, they make a whole religion out of pants and stuff like that. But there's a woman's cut pants and there's a man cut pants. You know what I'm saying? A man shouldn't be walking around here in leggings and apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur. You know what I'm saying? All that. A man shouldn't be walking around here with all that on. You understand me? That's not what a man wears. You know what I'm saying? There's certain cuts for a woman, certain man jean cuts for a woman, and there's certain jean cuts for a man. All them skinny leg jeans and all that. You wonder why all these designers and clothing designers are all homosexual. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of homosexuals out telling you what fashion is. You understand? You gotta wear skinny jeans to be fashion. You gotta have on skinny jeans to be fashionable. Don't nobody want to see no grown ass man in no goddamn skinny jeans.
That's right.
You know, you understand me? Don't nobody want to see no grown ass man unless you're homosexual.
That's
a homosexual probably does want to see a man in some skinny leg jeans. Should no man have no skinny leg jeans. That's a woman's cut.
That's right.
Man, just like as a man, you shouldn't have on no goddamn dress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No woman respects a man in a dress. No woman will respect a man that wears a goddamn dress.
That's right.
No woman. Go ahead. Was you holding on something for me?
So like I said, if I may, I'm just gonna finish it up.
Go ahead, finish it up.
It said, for all that do are an abomination unto Yahweh.
All that do are an abomination. So we see on all these TV shows, men kissing men and men in these dresses, and they calling it funny and this, that. That's an abomination to the Most High God.
That's right.
That's an abomination to the Most High God. Using telling a man and then most black men, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart didn't really get big until he put that dress on.
That's right.
You know, a lot of these black artists don't get real big until they put their goddamn dress on. The man has to put a dress on. That's the whole. Ain't that the whole reason why what's the name? Dave Chappelle left. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? You heard you would hear what's his name? The little short nigga. What the fuck is his name? What is his name? The little Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. Yeah, okay. He would talk so hard, so much about how he would never put a dress on and demonize, you know what I'm saying? Demoralize himself and this and that. And guess what? Before Kevin Hart got big, the reason why Kevin Hart got big, he put that dress on. Kevin Hart put a dress on too. You understand? And these people like that is so-called role models for our kids. You know what I'm saying? People like TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar and all these people it's supposed to be role models and leaders for our kids, but yet Creflo Dollar, he out here molesting little kids. You know what I'm saying? So how is these leaders? You know what I'm saying? We giving these poor role models and entertainers. Our children are left without fathers. That makes it easier to emasculate the boy when the father's not around. You understand? Our boys are being molested and raped by women's boyfriends and uncles, and you know what I'm saying. Whoever that woman is bringing around our boys is being molested. You know what I'm saying? So all that makes it very easy. And these women raising these kids with no gender roles or no gender fluid, whatever the hell they want to call it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Where they just want to throw gender out the goddamn window. You know what I'm saying? That makes it easy for the ABC people, the alphabet people, to come in with their agenda. You know what I'm saying? Because a little black boy and little brown boys, they pray. They pray. They don't have no fathers in the house. They don't have no leaders. They don't have nobody to protect them. All they have is their mama, who put their daddy out. You know what I'm saying? So that's all the fuck that's all they know. You understand me? So they have no protection. They have nobody to guide. They have nobody to lead them. They don't have the protection that they need. You understand? And that's why we have to deal with situations like always playing with kitchen sets. Or now they're bringing out dolls for little boys, and you know what I'm saying, just stupid stuff like that. That's why we had to deal with it, because we've been emasculated for over 500 years. We've been emasculated. They've been emasculating the black male character for over 400 years. For over 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Now they're talking about women. Look, a boy playing with a kitchen set is not going to teach that boy how to cook.
That's right.
It's just not. It doesn't teach little girls how to cook. So why do you think it's going to teach a little boy how to cook? Playing with little dolls doesn't help a little girl learn how to take care of a child. Because again, I'm 16 and pregnant. These little girls is having kids and don't know the first damn thing to do about it.
That's right.
You put a little 10-year-old boy in the kitchen that's never been in the kitchen before. He ain't gonna know what the hell to do. Right. He ain't gonna know what to do actually do in the kitchen. He ain't gonna know how to actually turn the stove on, or you gotta grease the pan up before you put the chicken on it, or you gotta heat the grease up. You don't want to get it too hot because it's gonna pop on your ass if you do. Right. You don't know all this. You know what I'm saying? Grease on high, you gonna pop the shit out yourself too. You know what I'm saying? They don't really. A toy set is not gonna teach no kid how to be a cook or a chef or take care of a baby. Toys don't do that. Toys is exactly what they are. Fucking, they like toys. They toys. That's all they are. They toys. Right. There's something to have fun with. Play restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Here, I made a tea. Here, drink this tea. Oh, that was some good tea. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is. It doesn't teach a kid nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't teach a kid nothing about how to play the goddamn game. That's all it teaches. You feel me? Go to 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. We're gonna read through 10. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 through 10. You understand? Because what we have to understand as a people that you know what I'm saying, all this emasculate, everything about masculinity is toxic, or a man can't be a man, or a man has to a happy wife, happy life. So if the woman ain't happy, so now he can't be happy. That sounds like fucking oppression. Hell, we already oppressed. We already oppressed. We need more oppression on top of oppression. Right. Come on, man. Let's be real. When you get there, go ahead.
God. 1 Corinthians, verse 9. Go ahead. Know ye not.
Know ye not. So don't think nobody's trying to trick you or get you or something or anything like that. Don't let nobody convince you or trick you into nothing. So know ye not. Know this. Know this. This is what you should know. Go ahead.
That the unrighteous, which will be in Slacky. Go ahead. Shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
The unrighteous is not going to inherit the kingdom of God. Keep going.
Be not deceived.
Don't be deceived. Don't let nobody trick you.
Neither fornicators,
nor idolaters,
nor adulterers, nor effeminate.
Read it again.
Nor effeminate.
Read it again.
Nor effeminate.
No effeminate ass man is gonna get the kingdom.
That's right.
No soft ass man gonna get the kingdom.
Right.
No man that is gonna let his woman run over him all the goddamn time is gonna get the kingdom.
That's right.
Keep going.
No abusers of themselves with mankind. Mm-hmm. Verse 10. Nor thieves, nor covetousness.
Well, it's like I got the effeminate. I got what I wanted out of that. Drop that. Give me Ephesians 6 and start at verse 10. Because what we had to understand is that as men, we had to stand up and be a goddamn man.
That's right.
As a woman, it's okay to be a feminine woman. It's okay, sis. It's all right. Because you got a rough, tough, rugged ass nigga that will protect your ass.
That's right.
There's a whole lot of them here in the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
That's all we gonna. Ain't no soft ass niggas over here.
That's right.
We're gonna protect our women, children, and our brothers.
That's
you
right.
Know what I'm saying? Again, like the song I played in the beginning, they said argue about who's gonna take the bullet.
That's right.
That's the only type of arguments we have over here with our brothers. Like who I mean shit. Who gonna take the bullet? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the little leader. And I'm the right. That's the only type of arguments we have. Is who you know, that's it. It ain't none of that bull, ain't none of that BS going on over here. Go ahead whenever you got it.
God. Ephesians 6, verse 10.
Go ahead.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh.
Be strong in the Most High. You feel me? Be strong in the most. You say you believe in God. You say you believe in the book. You say you believe in anything. Be strong with that. Go ahead.
In the power of his might. Verse 11. Put on the whole armor.
Put on the whole armor. The whole armor. And that whole armor is them laws, statutes, and commandments. No, this truth is that the I.S.U.P.K is that armor. You understand me? The I.S.U.P.K is that protection, that armor. Put on that armor of the Most High. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Now the wiles, them is tricks. The tricks of the devil. That's all the subliminal messages we see in the TVs and the music and whatnot. Matter of fact, Salakia, play that last video for me. Cause we had to get into that last video. I got one more video that we need to get into. You understand me? It's about the entertainment industry and well, we're not gonna get into it. But it's about it's that one. But we're right now. It's about the entertainment industry and you know what I'm saying. They give them the you know what I'm saying they tell them what they can talk about. They give them the tight pants, the blouses, the shirt, and tell them that's all swag. You understand me? Now with world, I took this American history class in college, right? It took a semester in college, and I had did this history class, and they made us watch a video on the Stonewall riots. You know what the Stonewall riots is? That's the gay riots. That's the faggot riots. You know what I'm saying? That's the riots they had back in the city. And in that video, they were saying like they used that word swag. You know what I'm saying? And what that word swag means is secretly we are gay. You know what I'm saying? So they give all these so-called hip hop artists these tight pants and these words like swag, and these niggas don't know nothing about what that means or what it is or what it's about or any of that. You understand? And they use it and tell them it's swag, and it is swag because it's secretly secretly you're gay because that's what swag means. You know what I'm saying? You can go ask them faggots what that means. Swag means secretly we are gay. That's what swag means. You understand? Now go back to where you was holding.
Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
We wrestle not against the flesh and blood. We don't wrestle against each other. Flesh and blood, our flesh and our blood. We don't wrestle against that. Go ahead.
But against principalities, against powers, against darkness of this world.
We are against the say that again.
But against powers, against rulers of the darkness.
We wrestle against the principalities and the powers and the darkness. And that's like the powers are like the government, state, local, the whole governments, this land, any other land. We fight the governments because they have nothing to do with the Most High. You understand? Like in the mosque and you know what I'm saying, all them different agendas. You know what I'm saying? They're all used to destroy us as a people. All right.
The darkness of this world against spiritual wickedness in high places.
And spiritual wickedness, them high executives and the government and everybody pushing all this feminization on black men, all this homosexuality. That's the high powers pushing all that on us. You understand? And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class on to Trooper Zabak, and then we'll go ahead and end the class.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will give permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10, means tenth in Hebrew. Me'asherah, 10% of every penny of increase Yahweh gives to General Makiala or the teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Imagine. Imagine.
Barak.
Yahweh
Hashem Yahshua Barak.
Class dismissed. You know,